What's going on? In this short episode of DIY Car Projects, we're going to show you how to put chameleon tint on your headlights. I've never done anything like this before, so it may not be a short episode, but we're going to try it. We're going to see if we can do it, and hopefully it goes well. So let's check it out. Okay, so before we get started, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a light, and for that we have these turn signals. Now this is for a project that we haven't actually shown yet, but some of you may recognize these signals. So we have these brand new signals, haven't even taken them out of the bags yet, so we're going to need those. You're going to need some sort of squeegee or spreader. I don't have a squeegee, so I'm going to use a gift card. Paper towels will be helpful because we'll be using water. You're going to need a spray bottle. This has water in it, not CLR. You're also going to need one of these. This is a heat gun. You can use a blow dryer. Heat guns are honestly a little bit cheaper. If you go the cheap way and go to Harbor Freight, this one's like $14.99, and it does a really good job. I use it for fenders and stuff, so we'll see if it works here. Your tint, which is right here, and of course some form of razor blade. X-Acto knives are great. They're easy to use and super sharp. Make sure you use a new blade. They just cut really well when they're new, and they don't when they're dull. Also, you're going to need clean hands. I've washed my hands like 3 times. Make sure your hands are clean. I've read that's really important when working with vinyl or laminates or anything like that. So let's get started. Definitely scratched it from trying to get that one bubble out. So we're gonna do it again. That one looked a little bit better than the last one. All right, take 3 on these Dragon Laminates tint. This is not an easy thing. This is not an easy thing at all. But I think a lot of it's just practice and technique and all that cool stuff. So I'm gonna go again. I'll spray it down and get it ready. Alright, so here is a side-by-side comparison. I just finished the first one over here. I did 2 different things when applicating it, and I found one that works. I'm going to do this one and show you guys what works. But this is a side-by-side chameleon, obviously, and then the normal. I really like it. I think it's really cool, and so we're going to go at this one and see if we can't get even better results. If you want to do this and you've never done anything like this before, use a small light, a fog light, or a turn signal, or something that's not big, because this is a difficult process, and it definitely takes some practice and some skill, and the smaller the light, the easier. So the thing that I found works best, I have, I've covered this with a damp cloth. I don't know if that's actually doing anything, but I'm doing it. So you'll kind of, I don't know if you ever watch people do full cars. When they do a hood of a car, they lay down like half of it and get it smooth, and then they go over the next half. To do like this, so see how I've got it kind of folded? Heat and stretch it around every corner except this one. So I'm going to leave that open. So we'll start down here. Okay, now I'm going to trim this up. The reason I left this tab here is because there's a protective coat that's almost impossible to get off if you don't leave some sort of tab or something to pull it off with. So I tore a part of it so that it would kind of separate those for me. Another thing you can do is you can take your razor blade and just barely run it across there, and that will tear it, and then you just kind of scratch at it. So I like to get that going. Go ahead and start it like that. See, it's a really thin layer. That's like the most confusing part of this whole thing. And just slowly peel it around. And I'm actually going to leave this for now so that I can do this, and then I'll take both of them off and we'll be done. Alright, so this is my last one. I laid it the exact same way, and that was laying it down on one side and then smoothing it out in one direction. And honestly, that I've tried 4 different ways to do it now, and that one has been by far the most successful for me. Now, I am definitely what you would call a beginner at this whole tinting thing and laminates thing and vinyl thing. I would not consider myself experienced by any stretch, but I have gotten exponentially better just in this time. So I'm going to do this real quick. Go ahead and get this one tinted, and then we'll be done. This was not a quick job like I thought it was going to be, but it has been pretty cool. So, all right, let's do it. Okay, so a couple of things about doing this on your own. If you've never used vinyl before, it's not really easy. It gets easier though. I started out, and this is kind of the aftermath of my first attempt, actually my first 3 attempts. So I literally did it 3 times and ruined every single one. By time number 4, 5, 6, and 7, I got better and better progressively, and number 7, I think took me about 4.5 minutes, where the first time I did it, it took me a lot longer than that to completely ruin it. And so it is something that you get better at, but it does take some practice getting used to the material and getting out bumps and things like that. So cannot wait to get these in the car. I think they're going to look incredible. We've got a few other lights I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to do them now that I've done this. I kind of understand how to do it. So I think it's going to look really good. I can't actually do this till I get done with the neon. Excuse me, Project Snowflake. And so once I finish Project Snowflake, we'll move on to the next project where these 2 things will go into a new project. We're really excited about it. I can't wait. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.